Okay, so one of the keys to question 4 in completing the pro forma statements, this is very important, if you don't follow this you'll get messed up, is that question 4 states that cash and marketable securities is a residual number. So in calculating those you need to get all of these numbers first. The key to that is the accounts receivable numbers and the inventory numbers. So to do that, what you want to do is use a ratio to find accounts receivable. For instance, if you go to the days sales outstanding number, the case or one of the questions pretty much tells you what this number is going to be. So then based on that and then the formula for days sales outstanding, you have everything you need except for the accounts receivable number. So when you fill in the day sales outstanding answer and set that equal to accounts receivable divided by sales divided by 360, the number of days in a year using 360, you have everything. You have the sales number, you have the day sales outstanding number, so then just using a little bit of algebra you can find the accounts receivable number for 93 and 94. And the same thing to find the inventory number. Basically use the 5.7, set that equal to the inventory turnover formula, and you have every number you need except for inventory, and then use that to solve for the actual inventory dollar amount. Then once you have that, just transfer those numbers over to here. These are really probably the easiest numbers to get, but you've got to find these numbers first. And then like to find current assets, that's basically you may have to find a number or two down here, or if you know total assets and net fixed assets, the difference in that is your current assets, right? So some of the calculations will be as simple as that. So the main part of doing this case is filling in all the numbers for the tables. If you have that, you've answered questions 1 and 4 basically. Questions 2 and 3 will require some write-up where you explain the strengths and weaknesses in question 2, and then in question 3 just say whether or not the bank should continue to loan money to Garden State and explain why. Don't worry about doing question 8. Just skip it. I have it on the sheet, but don't do question 8. And then question 11 is kind of a final question. And really all you need to do on that is now, based on all your pro forma information, based on your pro forma ratios, maybe the bank says we should not loan the company money as of 1992, but based on the projected numbers, things are looking better. And that's basically what's going to happen. Things will look better in 93 and 94. But make sure your numbers are correct and explain why things are looking better. Don't just use my answer I just gave you and say they're looking better. Explain why they're looking better and why the bank should loan the company money. Don't worry about any of the rest of question 11 where it talks about conditions they should set on the company. Just basically for 11 just say, okay, based on the pro forma statements, the bank should or should not continue to lend them money, but make sure you explain why, support that answer. So writing up case 36 is simple. Again, the main thing is just fill in these tables that I gave you, and then do just the simple concept type questions, and questions 2, 3, and 11. Make sure you explain well, use the ratios, use some examples of the ratios, whether they're good or bad. So 36 should not be too hard to write up.